Welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Dani Mattori, and today we have on two guests to talk about the Lydia Pinkham Open Studios happening in just a few weeks. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
So first of all, you could just introduce yourselves and say your association with the event.
Go ahead. I'm Kirsten Passion, and I actually started the event along with the Clay School, and it's over at the Lydia Pinkham Building in Lynn, obviously. And we started it about 17 years ago. Is this our 17th year or 18th? I think it's one of the two.
We've been doing it, or 18.
We've been doing it a long time. We started as a natural growth out of the Clay School, and now we expanded the whole building. So anyway, and I now do it with one of my favorite people.
I'm Kim. I am a teacher at the Clay School. I'm the co-organizer of Open Studios, and I think I've been doing it for 10 years now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, around 10 years.
Well, you're already ahead of the ball because my first question was going to be how did this whole event begin? And you already talked about it, so there we go.
There you go. Well, I could give you a little bit more background.
Yes.
So like pottery studios all over the country, basically all over the world, are lovely and fun, but everybody needs some sort of way to like connect with the community and sell their wares. So when I opened up the Clay School back in 2005, we did our first Open Studios in 2006, and then for about 5 years we just ran it as a Clay School event until it became so popular that the rest of the building had all these artists. I was like, you guys should all do this with us. So it just became like a, come on, more the merrier. Just do it with us. And then eventually I started thinking like we should really be growing this like not only through the building. First it was one floor and then it was a couple floors. Now it's all 4 floors, I think.
Sometimes the basement, but I don't think we have basement artists this year.
So we've got 4 floors who are with artists on all 4 floors. And now we're reaching out to other artists within the Lynn community, people down at LynnArts, people down at the Lynn Museum. We've got the Brickyard Collaborative who comes in and joins them. We run trolleys between everything. So it's going to be, it's a big event. It's basically the largest open studio event that happens in this area and has grown into that because of the support of the community and the amazing people who come not only to show their work, but to buy their work and support the artists.
Mm-hmm. It is very impressive how it's grown and how it's come. And then Kim, how did you get involved with it? You said you got involved about 10 years ago?
Yeah, when I came to the Clay School, I was in marketing as my regular career, basically. So
as one does.
Yeah, so we were like, hey, you could grow this event. And so we came on board and started basically, we meaning me and my husband who couldn't be here today, started coming on board and sort of just helping to grow it through social media, through advertising and promotion, through just ways to create more outreach, which is what we're looking for every year.
And you mentioned the size of it. Do you know roughly how many artists are participating this year?
Should be about 55 as of right now, but we usually get a few more towards the end in these last couple weeks as well.
And that's just in our building. That doesn't include anyone outside the Lydia Pinkham Building, because of course we're trying to get lots of people involved. But yeah, we have a good solid base of artists who participate every year. In the Clay School itself, it's probably about
28, I believe.
28. So we've got a big concentration of those artists, and that's partly because the reason because it grew up from, and so it's been the most exciting for those students. I mean, think about it. If you're a student at the Clay School or an artist in the building anywhere, this is that moment that you get to open your doors, invite everybody in, show off what you've been making, maybe make a few sales. Good for Christmas shoppers. It's all very fun.
We also have some new artists this year, which is great. Every year we get new artists in the building, and they've shown a lot of enthusiasm. We either, if we reach them just by emailing them or they see posters around the building about signing up, they're very enthusiastic about it, and we've had some really great volunteers this year too from the new artists.
And is it specific kinds of mediums? Is it mixed? I know you said a lot come from the Clay School, but then all the artists beyond that, are they all just anything?
We've got like people who bake. So we've got Luna Sweets, and she makes all these like custom cupcake like creations that are little pieces of artwork on their own. They're pretty amazing. And we've got painters and photographers. We've got an enamel worker.
We have a leather workers. We have 2 or 3 clothing designers now. Stationery designers.
The bag people.
Yep, bags.
Who they make all their creations from newsprint, and then they make like essentially handbags and all sorts of stuff with today's news all over it. So that's kind of fun.
A lot of Barbie stuff this year from them.
Portrait artists.
Yes, we have portrait artists, jewelry artists.
There's a wood sculptor. There's lots of painters. There's another ceramic studio, actually 2 other ceramic studios
in the
building. We've got a lot of people.
I'm sure we're leaving something out too.
And Uncommon Feast, are they doing it
They're
this
not
year?
doing it this year. They're not
shoot.
available this year, unfortunately.
That's our one restaurant. Sometimes we get them to come in.
No, it's still, that sounds so cool and so
Yeah.
awesome. And for community members, is it one of those things it's free to come in?
Oh, yeah.
Come in, go around? shop?
Totally free. So the doors are open. It's open to everybody. All we want are for people to come in and sort of engage with the artists, enjoy, walk around, discover. First of all, the building is so wild.
Yeah.
Like, I can't not tell you the number of people who grew up in Lynn and never been inside the Lydia Pinkham Building. And it is kind of a rabbit warren of like little hallways that lead to studios. So it's a fun place to just walk around. Historically, it's so important to Lynn anyway. And so, first of all, just come see the building because it's super cool. And this is the only time of year that all the doors are going to be open that we can open. And so that's fun.
Yeah.
We've had tons of locals who come around and been like, I just never been in here. I didn't know what was here. And then to have the opportunity to talk to all the artists that are there, see all the artwork that's going on. It's definitely an interesting weekend. We get about 2,000 people who come.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And we're
impressive.
working on growing that number too, hopefully. We just want everybody in Lynn to have a chance to kind of engage with the art scene that's here. Through us, through the downtown people. And we're also a little off the beaten path, so I think a lot of the community doesn't even really realize that there is such a vibrant arts building around there, like Kirsten was saying. But not being downtown, it's nice to have this event where it draws everybody to this one cool building, which she was saying it's a labyrinth and a warren. We do have a lot of signage, so
Yes.
make sure you're looking out for signage if you decide to come.
Last year when I went there, and it was kind of fun though, seeing where's this hallway gonna go? What am I gonna find? But that was definitely part of its charm.
Yeah, it's part of the charm. It's like a super cool building. That's so awesome. Did you have fun when you came?
I did. I loved it. I had so much fun there. And I will ask, it's a 2-day event. It's all weekends. What are the times on that?
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days. Parking all around the building is available.
Even if it says resident only,
Yes.
we have cleared it with the police chief that
Yes.
anyone who wants to park can park in any of those spots. Totally fine. And they should know that because it's hard to park in that area
Very.
if you come and you're like, oh no, it's all resident only. But it's all cleared. We have basically open parking for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's definitely a very important
Yeah,
to
that
know.
It's an important part of this.
Yes, and there are people who will even park like those blocks around the school
Right.
because we're very close to Lynn English. There is space in the neighborhood to park. I think there also is a trolley that's running just Saturday only that will bring people down into downtown area and back. I don't know the exact times of that trolley.
I don't think we finalized the times on that trolley.
But I know it exists, and it's going to run, and so, people can check that out as well if they want, or, they find there's so much to do in the building, just doing the building alone. Sometimes they come back and do 2 days. Like, we've had several people come one day and then be like, I had to leave. I didn't realize how much was going to be here. So I came back the next day to, finish the rooms I didn't get to do, so.
Those are the people with lots of bags because they identified what they wanted the first day and then they came back to buy it the second day.
Yeah,
There
have
you go. That's smart shopping.
Exactly.
Identify
right.
and go back. And are you participating in it as well as artists?
Yeah, both of us are participating. I'm excited. This is my one big show I do a year because I spend so much time running the clay school and doing other stuff. This is my annual show. So my friends and family, the people who've been collecting my work for years, this is what they look forward to.
For me, it's like my hometown show. It's still one of my favorite shows that I do because it's the very first show I did, and now I'm traveling all over the place. I go all over the country to do shows, but the clay school's set up is my home base, so I always participate.
Yeah, so we participate, and it's fun because our students don't always see our professional side either. So then they get to be like, oh, I didn't know you were making that, or
Right.
yeah.
And it's a lot, and our students are really great. They work really, really hard to put their best feet forward in this show, and it's really wonderful to see because everybody's progressing, and this is sort of their reward and payoff.
No, I'm definitely excited to see it. I know so many people that are, and I do have to wrap up in a sec, but is there anything else that I hadn't mentioned that you wanted to say about it?
We've got a pretty awesome website that's really interactive and lists all the artists, and also an Instagram page that Kim is always featuring new artists. So if you haven't followed us on either Instagram or found our website, please do.
Or RSVP to our Facebook event. You
Yeah.
can search 2023 Lydia Pinkham Open Studios because the more RSVPs we get, the more Facebook promotes it for us, and then we can reach more people.
Awesome. Great. Well, So thanks again for coming on, talk about it, promote it, and I'm really excited to see it in a few weeks.
We're
Thank
excited
you.
to do it. We'll see you there.
All right. Yes, definitely. And once again, my name is Dani Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.